Yeah, so after the offseason, I think the team is shaping up really well. I mean, we've had a lot of pitchers just working, ramping up a lot. Hitters are looking really well. Um, it's just been a really good offseason. I think everybody's just really excited to get into the meat of the season so far.
So we have several returners on offense. You know, CV obviously and DeWitt are the two obvious guys, but also Jared Budosh did a great job for us. Kind of took a stranglehold on that left field job last year, midway through the season, and he's done a phenomenal job for us in the outfield. That's all three outfielders that are back. We also have Drew Donaldson, who is one of my favorite hitters that we've ever had here at UND. He does a great job situationally. He's just a good, solid hitter in general, and that goes along with Mook Shepler, who's always gives you a tough at bat. He's one of the toughest outs that we have too as well. Will Spear, who is had most of the catching duties last year, but is a guy that can swing the bat and do some things offensively too. So we're really excited about the offense. We've got newcomers like Easton Good, who's a transfer from Miami O, and Nick Lukac, who's a transfer from Dayton that I think are going to fit in nicely. And then we also got several returning guys with experience and lots of at-bats with us last year. Armin Tarosian had a very good offensive season for us last year. He's a guy that we'll see some at-bats. Zach Fell stepped up and filled in for some guys when they got hurt last year, and he's a guy that always gives you a tough at-bat. So we've got a lot of options. We also have Isaac Bear that's back and healthy, swinging the bat this year too as well. Of course, he was out last season injured for us. So again, lots of guys that can swing the bat. We're very excited about our offense and what it looks like. We're going to be able to score some runs.
Yeah, actually, pitchers have been looking really well. I'm a catcher, so I get to work with them every day, but I think we're going to have a lot of strikeouts and a lot less walks this season, and they're going to help us, and we're going to score runs for the pitchers. The defense is actually looking really well, really good this year. We got 2 transfers on the left side of the infield, and then we got a couple transfers, and some younger guys are going to help fill in this year. So defense, Coach Reddy always says we're built on pitching and defense is definitely one of our strongest suits.
And I like to build my teams around pitching and defense. It doesn't always shape up that way at every single position, no question about it. But we are solid defensively at each and every spot. I think last year we fielded close to 960, which is respectable. I'd like to be above that, no question about it. We do play on natural grass, though. That's just part of it at this level. Although being able to be outside earlier this year, we've been on our field several times right now, and it's February 16th. So, you can't always say that. And, that experience early, not having to play balls off turf and then, try to field balls off dirt in the early part of the spring is big. So I think that's definitely going to play into it, no question. Your defense is like the 3 most important positions right up the middle. You got catcher, shortstop, second base, and center field, and all of those guys are returning. Will Spear, obviously, you can think of your quarterback or your catcher as your quarterback or your field general. He sees everything. He's a tremendous leader. The guys love him, respect him, and he does a great job handling the pitching staff. Those are all things that you need to win at this level, and Will's one of the best. Obviously, losing Xavier Rivas, to the transfer portal, that stings a little bit. But nonetheless, the guys that are returning for us got a priceless amount of experience last year, no question. And then we've brought in several guys too as well. Brady Ware's a newcomer. Seth Spencer's a newcomer. Brandon Markarian's a newcomer. We've got several freshmen that we're going to rely on too as well. We've got some junior college guys that have been here last year, like Logan Peterson and Carter Nowak. We've got E.J. White, who's a transfer from DePaul, I believe, and that's going to fit into the mix towards the end of the bullpen for us. We've got one of my favorite arms we have in relief, Cowboy, Wyatt Phillips, that did a great job for us last year. I mean, just a guy that can bounce back and just give you out after out. I mean, he's just a great asset to the pitching staff. So, again, we're sitting in a very good spot right now. Barring any injury or surprises, I think that we're gonna set up to look very good this spring. Yeah, it's always nice to be able to sleep in your own bed on those weekend series early on, especially. That typically it's travel somewhere south, a little bit warmer. But also, I've noticed in the last few years where we've opened up at home. We've had the luxury of opening up at home because of Grand Park and several of the local high schools that offer turfed field backups. This year we're going to be able to open up actually at our field, which is very, very nice. But I've found that it's very nice to be able to get acclimated to the weather, rather than going down south and then coming back here and it's a little cooler, no question about it. And so our guys are more used to it, and the expectations, they know what they're going to be dealing with week to week. You're not just playing in warm weather and then coming back and starting up conference and it's chilly.